It's a lovely, beautiful Monday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1029 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show, and we're going to get into it, just like we do every single night, fam. We had three episodes of Three's Company yesterday, and we're going to do some more tonight. I already grabbed a couple of scenes, so we're going to just see what happens. But man, I'll tell you what, the first one of the three came out great. I haven't had a chance to work on the second two yet, but that's because I'm working on a song for you guys. Yeah, no, Zabrosk, it's a good one. He said, is it a good song? Zabrosk, we only try to write good songs. What are we talking about here? I'm not going to release a bad one. Oh, yeah, look, he came out with one that goes... That's a gold record. Yeah, Zabrosk, that would be the one that actually goes viral. Yeah, not the ones that are good. Yeah, you know. Anyway, look, Zabrosk, why don't you take it down a level? You got your woohoo coming up? Give me a break. I need to do my thing. Gotta intro everybody. Renaissance Man Show. When you're doing it, 1,029 days in a row, and you got a sidekick like Matt Zabrosk throwing a woohoo at you. At the end of your intro, I'm sorry, you're off to the races. How could you have a bad show when you got a woohoo like that? Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. I always say, like, musicians who play in front of a lot of people, if you have a bad show, you're terrible. You shouldn't be playing music. You should be, like, sitting at home playing video games. Because if you get anybody giving you a woohoo while you're playing music, you should be floating on the freaking clouds. I'm just saying, it's something you should consider if you're going to be doing a situation like that. Get on the freaking clouds, you know what I mean? I'm going to see if I can do a little switcheroo. Hold on. Just need a little bit more light. We need a little more light while we're here. So, guys, we're kicking it. It is Monday. I don't know. I think we should do a little bit more of the Three's Company. I have a thought here, and this is just my mind always taking these things to a new level. But I think what we're going to do is take all of the Three's Company episodes, and we're going to make a movie for this Friday night. And it's going to be... The good thing about this is you're going to see all the little there's little mini movies, and then we're going to have a full movie, and there's going to be in-between cutscenes that you won't know about until the actual release on Friday. So that'll be something I do on my own on the side, and you'll see a little extra goodies on Friday when they all come together into one movie. But I'm thinking right now we already have about 40 minutes of Three's Company. And we're going to do some more tonight. We'll do some more tomorrow and maybe Wednesday. And then Friday, I'll be able to edit this all into one movie. We'll have our second feature film, Three's Company. Oh, Zabroski, you're up, buddy. Let's get it. All right, I'm waiting for it. Woohoo! Again. Like every time, bud, you hit it. You hit that note. It's that one note when you do the woo like that. I can't do it. That's why you got the Grammy and I didn't. No, Joanne, you definitely can't do it. She's like, I can recreate the note. You freaking can't do it. You're back there George Sorosing it. You're going to do a George Soros situation and come out and be like, woohoo, and not destroy our eardrums? Cheese grater? That's your middle name, right? In high school, they called you Joanne Cheese Grater Soross. What's your last name? Soross? Any relation at all, Joanne? What are we talking about? So we have Joanne Soross as she's my executive assistant. Affleck Carditis. When she goes in, though, and they're like, we're going to give you a look over, and she says her last name is Soross, they're like, come right to the front of the line, miss. We'll take care of you. We're going to make sure you're good to go. Any relation to Soross? We got to be careful. As soon as they heard your voice, they're like, definitely, his daughter has to be. All right, Joanne? Everybody mistakes you for George Soros' daughter. Not only because you speak exactly like him, because your last name's also Soross. We didn't, I didn't look at the tax paperwork. I forgot. Sometimes I'm a little busy with Renaissance Man stuff, I don't have time to look at the particulars of a deal, like a Joanne deal, You put that deal together and you move forward, It's not like I'm going home and having dinner thinking about, what did I put into paragraph 7A? I know what I put into paragraph 7A, but I don't remember that thing about her last name. So we do know now, Joanne Soross, she has a quadruple heart situation. We're dealing with it's called, at this point, they're almost putting it like in a good light. It's weird. They do this. CNN and all these companies, they try to make it seem like it's a good thing. They called it MagnificentCarditis. I was like, are you kidding me? You're calling what she has MagnificentCarditis? That is not magnificent at all. That is a scary situation. When you're dealing with a Joanne heart that continues to expand, almost like the universe continue, that's what we got going on over there. And they're calling it MagnificentCarditis. Now, I'm sorry, that's not really what we're going for here. We're on the cusp of Affleck carditis, and now you did a switcheroo, fake news situation. You're doing a fake news situation where you're going to just come out and be like, yeah, Joanne Soross, she's got a magnificent carditis. It's a freaking awesome thing. That's you guys, CNN. And people tuned in and they're like, oh, I want magnificent carditis. They're thinking they got to get it now. Get in line, bugaboo style. I'm sorry. You don't want to go get a bugaboo and then get the magnificent carditis that they're pitching, but it's really Mayo. She's just got it's when you get 4 bugaboos and within a 2-week period because you didn't know, you passed out. The first one, doctor walked out, nurse came in. This one needs a bugaboo. Before you know it, Joanne's got some really messed up stuff going on, you know what I mean? But she gets carte blanche, walks in. I'm Joanne Soross. Come on in. Here you go, Joanne. How's your father doing? How's your pop doing? Joanne sometimes will go with it. She'll be like, he's doing well. But she'll be like, he's doing well. Joanne Soross back there. Hey, Joanne, let me ask you, if you were to do a woohoo, would you do can you do a by Menon at the end? Because I want to hear that. I'd prefer you do a by Menon in your disgusting tone voice that you got going on. Sounds like you've been smoking cigarettes since you were 3 months old. That's what we're dealing with. If you could do that for us, a woohoo, wow, like that, I'm good. I don't want you trying to recreate a Zabrowski woohoo. That's a Grammy winner. That's a Grammy winner. You don't, disrespect Grammy winners by going in right after them and being like, oh, I could do it too. Go file the Zabrowski file. Put it back, okay? And let's get to the show. And stop with the friggin' wheezing. Right? I got a message from Kibo. Kibo is like, can you please tell Joanne to stop her friggin' wheezing? I was like, I know, Kibo. I know. Rob was like, can you do me a favor, Mark? Ask Joanne to stop pacing in the background and filing. I'm sick of hearing all the filing. What happened? When Margaret Jones came by, I got a messenger from her on Facebook. I hate Facebook. This is a Nazi book. I got a message from Margaret, and she's like, look, Mark, the heart beating in the background from the Affleck carditis, magnificent carditis they're going with this week on CNN. You think you could do something about that, Mark? Margaret, I got back to Margaret right away. I was like, Margaret, that's one that I just don't have any power over, especially when we get going and we're writing a piece of music. We're doing something, right? Mm-hmm. Joanne back there? My goodness. That heart starts doing arrhythmia style. Boom, boom, da, 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 da. I get all my songs from that. Oh, Mark, you write such great songs. No, it's Joanne's friggin' heart giving me all the beats. I hear the beat. I'm like, yeah, that's a good beat. Let me find some music to go with that. Boom. She's got a weird suction thing going on every once in a while. You guys heard that, right? Hold on. Right there. You heard it, right? It's crazy, But when Joanne Soross is your number 2, when you got that going on, you know what I mean? It's a good day. It's a good day. Magnificent carditis. Joanne, I think you should actually get a legal proceeding going That's liable right there. I think that's what it says, liable. They're liable, I believe. I'm not a lawyer. I told you, you should have had a lawyer look at your freaking contract before you agreed to be paid $500 an episode. Who the hell would agree to $500 an episode? Joanne over there. You know, what a stroke of luck, right? For Joanne. She gets the gig of a lifetime. Renaissance man, admin, filing the Zabrowski file. She gets to see Matt Zabrowski every day. Come walking in the room, Grammy winner, sitting down, getting ready, drinking a yoo-hoo for his woo-hoo. Joanne sits back there in awe. Sometimes she's just like, it's Zabrowski. You know, look, I get it, Joanne. Zabrowski he's pretty spectacular. I wouldn't go as far as saying he's magnificent. They did that with your heart, though. They called you MagnificentCarditis. That's an odd one. Because it's starting to get a little stuffy in here because your heart has expanded your body and the cavity in your chest. And I'm starting to feel you in a way. Like the energy of you, I'm feeling it. It's all over me right now. You know, and then when I got a message from Jacqueline Grace and she's like, you know, Mark, all that doll hair that you've been paying Joanne, stacking up in the background, it's looking a little sloppy on set, you know? And I'm like, I know, Jacqueline. Like last week, you guys remember I had a big stack of friggin' hair back there. Blonde, brown, black hair. I had that too. Curly hair. I even had short, like Owen Wilson type hair. Of course you did. You had to go. Of course you're going to have a good time. Who said it, Bob? Where go? I'm going down. I'm going to the vineyard. I'm going to go down and go up, Bob. Got to find Ben Affleck. He's got a massive head. What are we doing? Though I know Joanne, dead on. Whatever. You know, she's always just like trying to pile on in the background, you know? I'll go in the back of it. Wow, guys, you come down, hang out Tuesday. Tomorrow, you got to get garbage out. Garbage man comes 7 a.m. You do a show. Go outside, bring the can. You roll it down the street. Look, we got rain outside. Should have done it already. And Joanne will go in the back and be like, that was good. I don't freaking need you to tell me, okay? Christopher Walken? Whoa! You get Al Pacino coming out to a party. Who knew? I'll go have a good time. Hoo-wah! She goes, that was pretty good. Pretty good, Joanne? Okay, hold on a second. I told you, just should have told you as a horse. Don't mess with me, okay? I'll touch you all to effing. I can't swear here. I don't do it, you know? Just don't do it. Joanne wanted me to throw the F-bomb. She's like, do the Casper Diaz part. F Casper Diaz. F the F at Diaz. Okay. She wanted me to go there. I just can't, you know? I just can't do it. You know? But then she still was like, that okay was pretty much dead on Scarface. I was like, yeah, I know. Thanks for letting me know, Joanne. Yeah, she's doing that in the background. Yeah, David's good. Soross, right? I mean, when you're dealing with it, you know, and every once in a while when I decide to just do like the old, Dr. Marvin, I'm doing the baby steps, Dr. Marvin.
Bob, I don't treat patients on vacation, Bob. Faye, I'm doing an interview at Lake Winnipesaukee, Faye.
Dr. Marvin, I brought Gil. Dr. Marvin, I brought Gil, Dr. Marvin.
Bob, do your baby steps, and I'll see you when I get back from Lake Winnipesaukee.
I know, Joanne. Richard Dreyfuss, dead on. I do appreciate that one. No one does Dreyfuss. And you know, when you get that support from Joanne, sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes you're like, thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that, you know? And, you know, other times you're just like, whatever, you know? Joanne, what kind of critic are you anyway? You're going to critique my Christopher Walken? You're going to critique my Al Pacino? What? Right? I don't even think that makes sense. You know, and then she's like, oh, you know what? Can you do Justin Trudeau and just pretend that maybe you're like, I don't know, Maybe you could think that you're in like the movie Taken 3 and instead of being Justin Trudeau, you're actually Liam Neeson. And you're like, my fellow Americans, my fellow citizens. And you're like, wow, that's Trudeau and Liam Neeson all at the same time. What are we doing over here? I have a specific skill set and I'm coming after you. Make sure you take your bugaboo. Joanne said that was a dead on Trudeau / Liam Neeson. I'm like, I know, Joanne. I appreciate that. Oh, Mark, if you do, sometimes you'll do Trump, and I'm like, nah. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're winning big league? I'm down in Mar-a-Lago. I got Melania. We're going out to play 18 holes. Tomorrow, we're going to start a new friggin' social media platform. It's called Truth. Yeah, I know you've never heard of it. Yeah, 4 years without it. We're finally bringing it back. Yeah, it's like the friggin' plague. Oh, we have that right now, right, Melania? That's right, Dr. Weasel Fouch. When we get a Weasel Fouch situation going on, we're not winning big league. No, not at all, Melania. I know, Joanne. Trumper. When you do a Trumper, the whole world stops. The people that like the Trumper and then the people that hate Trumper. They're like the double people stop. They're like, is that the Trumper? No, it's not some idiot doing Trumper. No, I know. There's the complete antithesis, the opposite, in order to balance things out. Look, my Aunt Judy told me I should come down and go to the Oval. I got to find Kamala Chameleon. We're going to have everybody do a mandate. You got to throw it in your shoulder. Look, it's safe and effective. I talked to Dr. Weasel Fouch. He told me everything was on the go. Joe, are you freaking kidding me? No, I know. Joanne, I liked doing the back and forth between the Trumper and Biden as well. That is one of my favorite things, too. Joanne was just like, that's my favorite when you do that, Mark. I know. Look, it's a good thing for all, Joanne, right? I mean, when you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're like, I just can't get enough politics, right? That's what we're all saying. And that's why all we do 24/7, 1,029 in a row is like 4+ hours a day of politics here. That's what we've done, because that's what the world needs right now is more crap, right? So no, Joanne, that was a joke. It's called sarcasm. Sometimes she doesn't have like a sense of humor, so sometimes she takes my sarcasm as truth. She's like, oh, really? No, Joanne, no, not really. It's sometimes, I'll mess with Joanne. I'll call her up and I'll just be like, hey, Joanne. And she'll be like, oh, who's this? And then I'm just like, okay, she doesn't even know who the hell I am right now. And then I know I got her, and I'll just throw something random at her. I'll be like, Joanne. And hello, this is the Renaissance Man studio. Joanne, this is Byman. Who is this? This is Byman. Did you say Byman? Yes. Oh, hi, Byman. How are you? Byman got through to the Renaissance Man show. Joanne let him through. Hold on. We're going to bring him in. Byman, how you doing? Yeah, no, this is Mark Pires, Renaissance Man. No, seriously, you're on the air right now. That's not polite. No, I didn't let that on the air yet. I was censoring you to see if you were that guy. So you're that guy, right? The moment I tell you you're on the air, you're like, mother effer, yes and this, I got a little bit of a tip for you, okay, Byman? If you're going to do that, be funnier than the show. Okay? That is a tip for you. I have people, they're like, I'm going to say a really, just a disgusting word and it'll be hilarious. I'm going to drop the F-bomb or throw the N-word out there. It's going to be hilarious. And then you realize afterwards that you look like a moron because you're not funny. Yeah, that's right. And when you attempt to be funny, but you're not funnier than the show, then you should just stay home, buddy. You're not even the sixth man on the bench. They don't want you. Didn't even make the team. No. You tried out. Byman. You were like, hey, I'm a really good point guard. And when you went out, you couldn't even freaking make a layup, Byman. You went for a layup and you were the guy who hit the bottom of the rim. That guy. That's you, Byman. You're like, oh, look at me. I can do a cradle like Michael Jordan. You threw the ball into the other gym. We didn't know how that even happened because you put it through the window. Like the gyms were separated by glass. You went for like a baby hook, and somehow you friggin' vaulted it through the window into the other gym. You were the worst player I've ever seen in my life, Byman. Yeah. And then now you're going to be like,
I'd be funny too.
worst player, not funny. You're like, what are we doing, Byman? Yeah, no, have a good night. Sometimes you got to leave it on the doorstep and let them open up the door and be like, holy freaking cow, this guy dropped a humongous, like, caribou poop in a bag, lit it on fire, Adam Sandler style, and then you came running out. You're stomping on it. Adam Sandler. When you're doing an Adam Sandler, dropping poop on people's doorsteps, Joanne, that you would not be able to do, because if you exert too much energy, that friggin' magnificent carditis you got going on, I'm still going with Affleck carditis. You got an Affleck carditis. That thing is the biggest heart in history. They took photos the other day, x-rayed it. It's in the books. 7 pages in the journal. There's the atria, whatever the hell the freaking thing is. They went by like each of your ventricle. They went in there. They did it. They needed 7 pages just to get it all in the journal, medical journals. Don't worry about it though, Joanne. You will live on. No one's ever coming close to an Affleck carditis. That is you forever. Everybody's always like,
I held the record once.
That's an all-timer for you. No one ever will eclipse the Affleck carditis. You should be proud, that you went and got 97 bugaboos. You're like,
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You're like this friggin' spokesperson for Pfizer. They're like, oh, well, look at us. We got this friggin' MagnificentCarditis. CNN pitching that MagnificentCarditis situation, right? And she's like coming out. They're like, she's already out of breath. Arrhythmia. She took 3 steps. God, the heart thing's, that is not good. They got the jaws of life going. They're also sitting there with like the paddles. So clear. They got to keep her going. Because the shoot is coming up, right? She's got to go there for the shoot, the Pfizer shoot. Look, it's safe and effective. They throw her out there, the magnificent carditis. Wheezing her way through. She brought the Zabrowski file as well. She was holding it while she's there for the photo. That's Joanne for you, I mean, when you got... No, like, you're there now. You're George Soros' daughter. I know you're not, but I'm saying you're pretending because you sound exactly like him. Your last name is Soross, and you got the bugaboo like it was cool. You were like, I'm so excited to go get it. And then they just kept giving it to you. Like, this one, look, she passed out. Give her another bugaboo. Maybe the reaction, well, she should get another one in order to counteract the reaction. Then when they give you the third one within 30 minutes, just to see if maybe that would do anything. That was her first step when she got the giant carditis. You don't want to deal with someone with giant carditis. You eclipse Mayo. It's a shame that new medical terms were created for Joanne, Everybody else has got a Mayo. Everyone's like, I got the myocarditis. And they're all like thrilled that it's all they got. Joanne is not happy. She is not a happy camper. No, Joanne, why don't you put it on the screen? Why don't you type it in and put it on the screen? You have access to the chat. Go in there and type away. Yippity yappity you. Oh, GoFundMe.com/Joanne from the Renaissance Man Show's massively ridiculous heart that's about to explode that we need to excise and replace immediately before she dies. .org. Type it all in, Joanne. And everybody's going to go and they're going to donate. Hold on, let's go see where we're at today. Joanne, you're up to $5.13. You're killing it. I think that's enough for a Milky Way. And maybe you can go to CVS when they've got that Thursday deal where it's like you buy one, you get one free. Or you got buy 2, you get one free. You know that one? You're going to probably have to buy 2 to get the third free. They usually get you there. It's not usually like 1 for 1. It's like you got to buy 2. You got to make an investment. When you invest in a double-decker, they hit you around with that third one. Joanne, you got to go on Thursdays. Go pick it up. you know? And I mean, maybe you'll get lucky and today you'll get some more donations. But remember, it's such a short, you know, GoFundMe page to remember. Everybody remembers it. It's not like they're not remembering it, Joanne. Because she's like, maybe you could make it shorter. And I'm like, excuse me? How much shorter could I make it? Right? Are you serious? That's like this short right now. You want to shorten it even less?